Good morning, Ultimate Business Support, and welcome to we're back on Mondays. We've had 2 Tuesday coffee chats. We're officially back on Mondays as Becky walks in through the door at Francesca's house. And we have got Francesca Moi right here next to me, joining us as our special guest and talking about our upcoming project, which is going to be Bums on Seats. The book has just gone to print literally this Friday gone, and we have got the cover, the full cover, for the very first time only last week. So we're going to show you that as well. But just for those of you that are brand new on these coffee chats, they always happen on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. to get our hustle back on. I'm wearing my hustle top after my workout this morning, and to get re-inspired and I guess give us a boost. Mostly I just do them to give myself a boost, but at the same time, if it helps and serves others, why not? And now we have started in the last 2 months having special guests every day. And since I've been staying at Sister's house, Francesca's house, she's my sister from another mother. We call each other Sis. And so I decided she'd be our guest this morning. And actually, it's very relevant that she is the guest this morning, since the Bums on Seats book did go to print last week, and Francesca has done something I haven't done, and that is finish her second book in less than 5 months. Yay! So those of you on GoToWebinar, if you want to use the question box to here we go, we've got lots of good mornings. Good morning, Colin, and good morning. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday as well. And Elaine from Perth is there as well. Hey, Elaine. So I'm just going to put the slide that has our book cover on there as our little backdrop for this. I just want to make sure I did click record. Yes, I did click record. And I'll give Francesca an official introduction. Hey, Donna. Donna's there too. I'm trying to get my phone so I can show people the other side of our slide. Yay. Okay, so guys, morning, Taryn. Taryn's there as well. So let me give you the official introduction. Look at how I've done this hyperlink on this slide. It's a half blue, half black. Okay, so I met Francesca's been in business 18 months, yes, and we met literally 8 or 9 months ago, August last year, here in Brisbane. I came up, I wanted to have a coffee chat with her, and she said, why don't you speak at one of my events, which was her meetup event. She's the queen of meetup, and one of her strategies she'll talk about is that today, because I thought you guys have heard me talk about a lot of mine. We'll bring some of that to you this morning. So she lives in Brisbane, and she has generated over 6 figures in her first 12 months. And moving towards a very huge, big year this year. And we are actually going to conquer Europe as well later on in August, which was very exciting, letting our families over there in Italy and Macedonia know that we were coming. We're coming! Yay. So we had an exciting, relaxing day. We couldn't get out of bed this morning. Welcome, Francesca. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Nat. Love to be here. I love your coffee chats every morning. You are so consistent. Every time I ask how Natasa does it, how does she, get so organized, it's just insane. And being last week, spending the week here with me in Brisbane, I've seen how organized you are. And Sunday night, she does a little hour of power to make the whole week smooth quickly. I love it. I learned so much this week as well from you. And Monday morning, 9 a.m. chat. How cool is that?
Yeah.
So it was my privilege to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And hey, Chris, nice to see you as well. A few of your fans are here, right? Awesome. So, guys, today we thought we'd talk about obviously some of the strategies which we share in the Bums on Seats book, but more importantly, shine the spotlight onto Francesca, because yes, we've done this together, but I want her to share the things that I normally don't share with you guys around some of her strategies. So do you want to tell the listeners the 3 different parts we have in the book and why we wrote those?
Sure. So a lot of people always think that running events is, it must be hard, but I don't want to do any work. I just want to show up and have the people there. Well, unfortunately, we separate the book in 3 modules, and the first one is promote. And the first one is the most important one, because if you don't promote, if you don't get your event out there, if you don't promote it on every social media, if you don't hustle, it doesn't happen. So promote is actually 80% of our book and of our online program. And then we've got 10% on prepare, which is, the preparation, the PowerPoint, the checklist, the make sure that you pack your bag properly and all that stuff. And then 10% on profit,
Yeah.
which is the profit is how to monetize those events, right? Because everyone says, all right, so I'm running events. Why am I running events? So what we say at a book and the online program is that running events for your business is the best way to get people in front of you to make sure that they auto select themselves and they become, they like you or they don't like you, and it's perfect. Instead, just online, there is so much noise that it's really hard to see and have a feel of who you are and your business. So we really both believe there is a shortcut to get people trust and get people to know you.
So well, let's just reverse back. What is it? Why did you start running events when you did?
So I started running events in September 2014. I started to promote it, and the first event was in October 2014. And the reason why is because I wanted to be a life coach, and number one, I couldn't afford to pay for courses, and number two, I didn't know how to market myself, and I didn't have any cash to do so. So I thought, well, I'm gonna start this meetup group and see if people comes along to my events. If I put a good guest speaker onto my events, then people might buy something from them, and then on the back end I can have the courses for free or any discount or commission to the courses that I wanted to do to be qualified life coach. And that was my dream. And then these events became bigger and bigger and bigger. So the first one was 45 people, and then I had 48, and then we got to 52, and it was like, oh my god, this is actually happening. And slowly but surely people will start to get more and more and more trust, because I was doing the big events and I was doing little events to build trust with those people and use them as a guinea pig for my life coaching courses. And then all of a sudden I became fully booked with one-on-one sessions, but I wasn't confident enough to put my price up, so I was charging $50 an hour. And all of a sudden I was like, I reached a cap, and I couldn't, break the ceiling until I decided to do one-to-many.
Yeah, cool. And part of what you also did was you were able to afford to go to all the high-end courses with those experts you would put on your stage, and they would say, look, if X amount of people sign up, you can have this course as well. And this is how you educated yourself rather than having to pay for your own cold hard cash money out of your pocket.
Absolutely. From September to December 2014, I did $38,000 worth of courses.
Yeah.
Without putting any actual money, but of course I was working to promote them. So it's sort of like a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, that's a very smart way, and there's always a way. People always say, oh, I can't afford it, I can't do this course, or I can't, there's just, it's impossible, but there's always something, as you say.
There's always a way.
Where there's, what do you always say? Where there's people, there is opportunities.
Opportunities, yes. All the time. So you just create on your own opportunity. If you want something bad enough, you find a way.
Yeah, I love it. So take us into a little bit of your, if you like, secret sauce, which is obviously the Meetup platform that I don't heavily use myself. I'm kind of on there, but not really. I'm like 2% on there.
Yeah.
So tell us, why is it so good, and how do you do it properly? Obviously, you teach this over a 2-day course, but what can you share as in key? Do you have top 3 key tips around Meetup?
So number one will be exactly what you and I are doing now for conquering Italy, right? So the number one is to be active in what the platform can offer. So check out what groups are available and what events are coming up, and where you can start to maybe even contact someone and see if you can become the guest speaker if you have enough credibility. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So use Meetup as an unlimited possibility of speaking gigs, right? Because there is events and groups and meetups every day, everywhere. So they always need something. And one of my 3 tips is everyone needs something. Find out what they need and give it to them.
Yeah.
So Meetup for me is like a shortcut to how to find events and how to get networking, because we all know that your network equals your net worth. So the more groups you're part of, the more people know you, the more you get exposure. So that would be my number one tip, is to be active and to find out where you should spend your time in your networking. And then the other one, it would be, why don't start your own group and have people come to you and you don't go and look for people. And that's something that we both have done. Natasha's been running the UBS nights for a couple of years.
And three
years.
plus years we've been UBS.
Yeah, and that's like, you know, on top of your funnel would be how you get people through the door with a very low end cost night. So it doesn't cost much. You know, it's not a big
I guess
commitment. Thank you. Commitment for them to come along. It's very easy. You know, it's $15, $20. Come along. So when they come along, then they see you. They might like you. They might not like you, and that's fine. But at least then they can decide if they follow you, they're hot leads. If they don't follow you, then it's perfect. You don't waste your time or money in Facebook ads with people that don't like you. So that would be the second tip, would be start your own events. And the third one will be promote. So a lot of people start a meetup group and they keep it on Meetup and they keep it separate from every other social media. Instead, it's the opposite. Run a meetup group and then expose it, share it everywhere, and share your wins. And people will go, "Oh, check that person! You know, he's got meetups events for like 30, 40 people each week. What's happening? Like, they must be sharing something valuable for people to keep going back." That's what goes through your client's mind.
Love it. And what another, I guess, great thing about Meetup is what I've noticed is that other people find your group and they start joining your group, which is you know, where you get the membership and then you have more people to tell, even if those people are not physical people that you've met in the networking world.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. People, you know, can follow you. Can then in Meetup there's a chance to have a membership site, so you can actually have people paying $100 a year. I've got 2,000 people now in my group. I've got 5 groups, and each of them is over 1,000 people. So it's really easy to expand your number, and it's really cool.
Good morning, Muriel. She's one of my new authors. It's going to August.
Hi, Muriel. Oh my God, look forward to see you then.
Yes, cool. All right, so let's move on to prepare. Yes. What are your hot tips around preparation? So that was around the meetup. And by the way, guys, Francesca actually does half-day events where you can dip your toe in if you like, around obviously more depth beyond the half an hour we have this morning, and she does them all over Australia, so far on the East Coast, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and then she does like a 2-day event which really just gets you to fully get started, and you're already running your first meetup before you've left the course. And I know a few of the listeners here have gone to hers, and they're already running. And I was at one of your clients the other night on Thursday here, Liz Campbell's event, and it was super cool. Awesome
and quality people as well.
Yes, well, that's one misconception, or maybe it's a half truth.
Yes.
That some meetups are really low quality. One thing I have to say is that anyone that Francesca's taught or her meetups, I have never been to a low quality meetup in their space, if you like. So it's about how you position yourself.
And, there's ways to go around that. And the first, maybe, you know, it's not even true, because Liz at the second meetup, she had really quality people. So it really depends on how you promote it. How you promote it, you get the right people. So
it's the language that you use, perhaps.
The language and where you promote as well. That's really important, because that's what I said before. A lot of people keep Meetup on Meetup, so they keep promoting Meetup inside of the Meetup platform, if you want. So they don't share that on other social media. Yeah. So that's what we do properly, is that you share that everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
And you get the right people along.
Awesome. Excellent.
Yeah, it's really cool.
All right, so we reverted back, but let's go into prepare.
Yes.
So what is it that we need to know? What are some of your hot tips around preparation and packing your bags, if you like?
So, Francesca.
I'd come to your events just to listen to your accent for a day. That's Kylie.
Thank you.
Kylie did our February treat.
Thank you. So what was the question? Oh yeah, the checklist.
Prepare. Yeah.
So for me, it's really important, this part, because until literally 4 months ago, I did have checklists to give to my clients and to teach them how to do it, but I actually wasn't using them myself, because everything was in my head, and I'm like, I don't need checklists. I know what to pack and how to pack it. But then, of course, the bigger the business, the more the fuller was my head and my brain. So at the end, I was started to go to events and go, oh, I forgot that, oh, I forgot that. So it was so bad and it was so stressful for me every time to get someone to a taxi to come back here to get my posters, my banners, my things that I forgot. So now I actually start to use my checklist. And it's so much easier. It takes half of the time because you don't have to sit there and go, oh, what else did I use last time that I really want? So you got your checklist, you go tuck, 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 all done, good, perfect, you're ready to go. So checklist seems like people like me that we're not even super organized, seems like a waste of time to write this checklist and blah blah. But you do it once and then it's gonna save you every time half an hour. So
and you can just add. What I do is just keep refining and adding things onto it as things shift and change through the time.
Yeah, it keeps improving and it's so good. It saves so much time and I now start to do that for everything, not just for just for the bag. It's for the promotion, for what to do when, prepare the templates once and then you just have them forever.
I do like different ones for expos, different ones for like the book launch. I do templates of the emails that go out in the lead up to an event. So one key tip from me is that I send out an email 10 days out, 3 days out, 24 hours out, and then obviously post-event email. Now, they're all really templated because I need to say the same thing over and over for especially our half-day events that we do, like in terms of what you need to tell people to bring, because they're always different people. So it's not like they're getting repetition. So.
Yeah. And a lot of the time, things that seems obvious that the venue might have, but if we don't check, we don't know. So like sometimes the blue tag save a lot of our nights and
blue tag
is
pack blue tag.
It's priceless. It seems silly. Or like even like a little bag with all your cables and things that you need to connect to the PowerPoints, and it's priceless. Like you have to understand that a lot of venues are not as organized as we think they are, and then you get there, you don't have something to connect your iPad to your to the PowerPoint presentation. So I have like little cables for all my devices. So if the computer doesn't turn on, then I've got a way, because if I don't present with the PowerPoint, I can talk forever, and then it's not as good. People are visual. You got to make sure that you've got everything ready and you've got ways to save yourself, to save the night.
Yeah, amazing. All right.
Yeah. One more thing that I'll suggest you to pack is name tags. Name tags for me are really important because I don't remember people's name, and I mean, we both meet so many people. You're good. I can't even talk to you. You're so good. Natasha sees a name and goes, "This person was my client 5 years ago." I'm like, "How do you remember?" So I'm not as good in memory as Natasha is. So I don't remember everyone's name. I recognize them on Facebook better than when I recognize them live. Some people put photos on Facebook that I can't even recognize them.
But that happens all the time.
Yeah, right?
No, I don't recognize often. If they come up to me and say, "Oh, I know you from Facebook," I won't recognize them. I will know their name. As soon as they tell me the name, I know exactly who they are.
Yeah, see? I don't. I need to see the two things combined. So what I do, at least if people have name tags, it will help you and it will help them as well, because one of the biggest fear of people is to look stupid or to look silly to each other. So they won't interact if they don't have a name tag, because they'll be like, "Oh, they told me their name and I don't remember. I'm not going to go and talk to them."
Yeah, I love name tags. And you don't have to even go with printed ones. You can just buy those big boxes of 500 and do the labels. So never forget those. All right, let's get into 5 minutes of profit. Sorry. Why should people? Well, now they've prepared, they've promoted, they've got their people, say, into a low cost event or a networking evening, public seminar, whatever you want to call it. How do you profit?
My biggest tip on make profit from those nuts is to have your 15 minutes of magic. 15, 1 5, not 15. 15 minutes of magic where you share your biggest tips and your biggest learnings, and you plant seeds to your audience, so they're going to start to go, "Oh, this person's an expert in whatever you're expert in." And that's priceless, because people will see you and they will tick boxes in their head and will start to trust you, understand that that's what they need from you, is to learn what you got to offer. So 15 minutes of magic give you the chance to plant seeds and to share your knowledge with your clients. After that, of course, you have to have a funnel. So a lot of people make mistake. They're from a $15 event, they sell a $2,000 program. It's too early. It's like asking someone to get married after the first date. You need to nurture that relationship. You need to make sure that you give time to your clients who love you and trust you. So do not sell anything at the beginning. Just make sure that though you have, if they ask, that you have something low cost ready for them to say, yeah, of course you can come to this, which is again another step, a little bit more expensive, where they get a chance to know you.
Yeah, I love it.
I know that you, Natasha does it in an amazing way. Natasha's got a little different ways to touch point with people, which one of them is your half-day workshop, and then you have your 2-day VIP.
The Ultimate Brand Accelerator Masterclass. She can't say accelerator.
Accelerator.
Yes.
This was it?
Yes.
I did. So that is like a really clever way to do it, because it's a 2-day full-on workshop where Natasha shares a lot of branding tips. She always got really great speakers along to share even more tips, and that's like a very low cost event, which is
247.
247, right? She does it 3 times a year, and it's a really great way to get people to know you and know your knowledge and go, I need to come to the biggest events. So depending on the numbers of people that you have, of course, Natasha at those events, she get 50 to 70 people in the room. So of course is worth your time, but it's not a money making exercise. It's more of a lead gen, isn't it?
So you got to have a lot of steps set up, even just the coffee chats. I mean, these coffee chats don't cost anything to happen every week. That's our time. Like, we charge $1,000 an hour for our consulting, but still this half an hour, it's value, because we get to see people, they get to see us. We're just building relationships. So I reckon, even if we think about it, 80% of what we do is very low cost or free, in order for people to go, okay, I like them, I trust them, whatever it is, whatever box, as you say, they need to tick in their mind until they're ready to go, okay, I want to do the big thing, and where I get the true transformation. And that's what I really talk about is, I bet you the people who come to your half day don't get as much success as the ones that they do the 2-day with you, or get some consulting with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the full transformation actually really occurs when someone gets the full picture.
Yes.
And the whole every single strategy behind the system. Yeah.
And a lot of the time, we as business owners, we are scared of looking like too salesy, and we don't sell, and that's sometimes it can be a disservice to the people, because if they don't know that you can help them further, if they don't know that you got a step-by-step strategy on how to do something, if you don't share that with your people, you don't give them a chance to learn it. So sometimes we put ourselves first as, oh, I don't want to look salesy. If they're interested, they will ask me. Yes, but not. People, if they don't know, they don't know. They don't know that you have something else. How do they know? So you need to tell them, you need to explain to them, and that will really fast forward your business.
Absolutely. I'm just doing a little bit of cut and pasting here on the GoToWebinar, because some of our UBS events are coming up soon. So
awesome.
Yeah, love it. Thanks so much, Francesca. And we're getting into the last few minutes. If there is any questions or comments for Francesca, now is the time to type them up. Here we go. Sally says, you could come to Perth together. Well, I've been telling her to come across the other side of the country. I am coming back in September to Perth and Adelaide. So we'll see.
I'll be there in 2017.
2017, you'll start going there. Okay, beautiful. And Colin's asking, any recommendations for webinar platforms to use?
Well, you are the queen of the
webinars.
I use Zoom, but it's not as good as the one that you're using.
Yeah, so we would use GoToWebinar. That's what we're on right now. That's been around forever. It was probably one of the first platforms that are brought out, and it's been the most reliable. I can't say that I have ever had any issues. Very, very rarely. So GoToWebinar is my one. I don't even look at any others. I mean, I hear other people trying different platforms, and then than saying, oh, this happened, that happened, so I'm not moving. You're welcome, Colin. Thanks for the great insights on Meetup from Trish.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Trish.
So I'm just going to do my official last 5 minutes of what I've got to tell you guys as we wrap up. So I'm just going to take this phone and show people what I'm showing on the screen.
All right, let's show
them. All right. So the Bums and Seats book is literally 2 weeks away from getting in our hands. So whoever's pre-ordered it. So at the moment it's $10 less, guys. If you go to that URL, bumsandseats.net.au, you will be able to access and check out the ebook, the actual book, and our online course they're all on pre-sale and go at full price once we get our book in hands. So that's the information around there. We do have a fan page on Facebook, so you can like that as well. We have got a UBS membership. Now, the UBS membership does get you a free entry into that 2-day Brand Accelerator Masterclass, but also, more importantly, gets you entry into your full year of your city UBS events. So Adelaide, Sydney, and Melbourne have UBS live events that are normally $30 a ticket. Our membership is just $247. Gives you access to a full year of events, plus bringing a unique buddy for free, and an access to the 2-day course training that Francesca was just mentioning before. So tons of value for just $247. So that's available to anyone worldwide. The next UBS events are Sydney and Adelaide are on tomorrow. So I have posted the links into the chat box for everyone that was on GoToWebinar. For those that are not, I will go into the Ultimate Business Support big group straight after the call, and I will post them up there as well if you want to attend. I seriously recommend it because these are also a valuable way for you to touch point with people that you have been networking with online and now taking it offline. And Melbourne is the 28th of April with our awesome branding photographer, Con Iatru, in the Hawthorne Library, which has turned out to be an amazing venue. And Jane is hosting that on my behalf. Finally, just an update of where the hot seat days are up to. We have got 2 hot seat days at my house happening on the 26th of April and 14th of June. In Melbourne, in Diamond Creek, yes, for only 8 people per day. And there's 2 spots left in the April and 4 in the June one. So that's all about setting up 90 days plan of action with whatever your key top 3 focused actions will be, and super masterminding throughout the whole day. So lots and lots of value in that one day. It is priced at $597, and you get food and all that sort of stuff included. So if you're interested, you've got a PM must. Francesca can be found, just friend her on Facebook, I guess. And the Meetup Queen page, there is a Meetup Queen page that you can check out. So have a look at that. And as we like to finish, I created this quote with the help of my husband, but it's so important for those of you starting out events to realize that the person that stands in front of thousands has also stood in front of one, which is what we have both done, haven't we, yes, Francesca? You know, we have run events in front of smaller groups as well as really big ones, and we never underestimate the size of the group. No. The size of the group is what it is, and you just make the most of it, and you turn up even if there's one person there because they've committed to you. Absolutely. So a couple of comments. Thanks, great info. Natasha and Francesca, love the KISS strategy, Jill. From Jill, awesome. Can't wait for you to come to Perth to catch up, Nat. Thanks, ladies. Yes, I'm coming back. September 22nd but I'll be staying 2 or 3 days, Elaine. And Jill, are you doing the Hawthorne Library later on, another meeting on 28th? We have monthly events, guys, for UBS. So there'll be one at the end of every month. Jill, usually on a Thursday. And we post about these every single Monday on UBS. And Jane, who's our leader there, she also does post. So yeah, Trish has got a good quote, and Josh, absolutely agree, have done that as well. Same commitment no matter how many. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. I trust you enjoyed my sister from another mother. She has got a pretty spunky accent, and but she knows what she's doing in regards to running public events and building a huge community that loves her. Everywhere we've walked in here in Brisbane, people know her and love her and follow her. As her first book is Follow Me. Where is your first book? We should have All right, let's show them one last thing. And
Follow
giving
me.
you, yay! Here's Francesca's book. Where did I buy that? Where do you buy that?
Just go on to empoweringevents.com.au and you shop now.
Empoweringevents.com.au. You buy Follow Me. So 2 books in less than 5 months. She beat my record because I didn't do
Shut up, did I? I love it.
Well, I've done one a year, so the first one came out.
Yeah, but I half wrote it for you, with you, so I don't know if it... Still, 1.5 in is good?
2 books in 5 months.
Winning.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Boom.